on Government Order of the Day number 3.
Interrupted debate on second reading of the Drug and Alcohol Testing of Community-Based Offenders and Bailees legislation bill.
Kamalshot Singh Bakshi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's my pleasure to stand in the support of the second reading of Drugs and Alcohol Testing of Community-Based Offenders and Bailees legislation bill. Mr. Speaker, I would like to take opportunity to thank all the members of the Select Committee who participated in this process. I would also like to thank all the officials for their assistance during this process. Mr. Speaker, this bill introduced by Honorable Basita Sam Loto Inga amends Bails Act 2000, Sentencing Act 2002, and the Parole Act 2002 to enable that the Department of the Corrections and New Zealand Police to require community-based offenders and bailees who are subject to the condition of prohibiting the use of drug and alcohol to undergo drug and alcohol testing. Mr. Speaker, it is very important. This government has been working so that the reoffending can be reduced. And this is one of the measures which will help that the people who have been released from the prison are constantly monitored that they are not using drug and alcohol. Mr. Speaker, the government has achieved that has a target to reduce reoffending by 17% by 2017 by 15%. Mr. Speaker, we are working hard to reduce the reoffending and reduce that the people are feeling safe at their homes. Mr. Speaker, where the offenders are back in our community, we want to support them to stay away from the drugs, which are the main reason of the crime, as it has been done in many studies. And we want to make sure that the communities are safe. The bill supports the targets which are set by the government to reduce the reoffending. Law and Order Select Committee made some changes in this process. First one was to introduce that the psychoactive substance can be tested from time to time. The offenders who have been released from the prison or released on the bail should be able to test it for psychoactive substances because they are becoming one of the major problems as the drugs and alcohol have already been. Mr. Speaker, this change will address to reduce the driver of the crime. Mr. Speaker, we also recommended that if someone who doesn't allow this condition to be tested at their premises can be prosecuted under the condition of breach of bail, which is more consistent with the existing approach of the bill. Mr. Speaker, it is important that we want to make sure that the community feels safe when these people are released in the community. And with these words, I commend this bill to the House.